Hot Topics with City Manager Erik Tungate. Utility rates.
First, I would like to just talk to you a little bit about the utility bills and what residents can be expecting to see for the month of August and in the future throughout the year.
With regards to utility bills, so the very name utility bills is a change. And one of the things that I think is most important for our residents to understand is that we have done a multitude of different things over the last 5 years, really, in an attempt to try to make it as easy as we can for people to pay their bills, and then also to try to peel away some of the additional charges and things that, quite frankly, we've used to make sure our system is up and running effectively. It's also important to remember that we are a not-for-profit. We're government, so we're not making a profit on our water and sewer system. We're not, there's not this huge overhead where, we're banking all of this money. We are only allowed by law to charge what is necessary to operate the system. Now remember, we're buying our water from Detroit Water and Sewer, the Great Lakes Water Authority now, as it's called. And one of the things that we did just recently in this current fiscal year is we had to raise rates, the combined utility bill rate, by 6%. Now it's important here to remember that in the previous cycle, the previous fiscal year, we did not raise rates. We zeroed them out. So we ate all of those additional charges that the Great Lakes Water Authority passed on to us. And we did this because we knew a lot of people in our community were struggling. The pandemic has forced a lot of people in difficult situations. But the fact of the matter is, 6% is, I think, a pretty nominal rate considering what's going on, but it allows us to, make ends meet, upgrade the system, do the kinds of things that we need to do. Now, as far as the bill itself, one of the biggest changes that we've seen over the last couple of years is we've gone from a quarterly bill to a monthly bill. And we've done that as a complement to our ratepayers solely to make it easier to budget on a monthly budget. We've also had to, by a court order, as a matter of fact, implement our stormwater charge. And I should also mention that in the current fiscal year, our stormwater charge has been zeroed out. We have not increased the stormwater charge. We've leveled it out. That will remain consistent throughout the bill. And again, trying to make it more palatable for our residents, knowing what many of them are going through and what they've been through. Every year, we take part in a comprehensive study to see, sort of where our rates are in comparison to those communities around us. And as it so happens, we sit somewhere in the bottom, third of the communities that we compare ourselves to, and those are all the communities in the surrounding area. So we're not the highest, we're not the lowest, but we certainly have what we think is a full justification for a 6% increase in the current fiscal year.
You mentioned that we took away some of the fees for this budget. Can you talk a little bit about that? And then also just the importance of, again, maintaining our system and why the even 6% was necessary.
Yeah, and one of the main changes in the fees is we have adopted, and this is just as of a year ago now, we have adopted a 0-unit minimum usage. So, it used to be a 6-unit minimum usage years ago. Then it went to a 4-unit minimum. Then it went to 2. Then it went to 1, and now we're at 0. So we're going to stick with this, where if you do not use any water, and this may surprise some people, by the way, you will still actually be charged because there is still a carrying cost for the maintenance of the system, but you will not be charged for consumption with our new setup. So that is probably the most notable of the changes. So minimum users, minimum bill users, if you're one of the people using 2-3 units of water, well, this is going to affect you the most, and benefit you the most.